Well, kids, not only are we making a viewer recipe, but it's also a regional one, and boy, we think we're gonna love it. What we're making is something called the St. Louis Slinger, and it comes to us courtesy of viewer at brain_STL6337. I just put it together. STL must be St. Louis. Brain, it lives in St. Louis, and sent this, and he wrote, Sam, make this the St. Louis Slinger. In general, it's 2 eggs, hash browns, and a ground beef patty, all covered with chili con carne, cheese. Chili con carne. What did I say? Con carne. All covered with chili con carne, cheese. What is wrong? Wait, con carne. Con. Oh, carne.
It's not con, it's con. Con carne.
I'm Canadian.
I've never.
But poor Brain. Now I've ruined his open.
You're Mr. It's Tijuana, not Tijuana. And
it
by
is
the way,
Tijuana.
is it Brian?
Nope, it's definitely Brain.
You sure it's Brain?
It's Brain. I can read, I can't pronounce. That seems to be my problem. My apologies to anybody who's offended by my mispronunciation of chili con carne. Is that better?
There you go.
Not like Giada de Laurentiis.
It's better than con carne.
Oh my God. On today's Giada in the Kitchen, I'm gonna make the most amazing lasagna buona frittata. The Italian accent only comes out when she says Italian words. I don't get that. Let me recap. Brain says this is 2 eggs, hash browns, and a ground beef patty, all covered with chili con carne, cheese, and onions. And it goes, it's best served at 2 a.m. at a diner after a good night of drinking. Brain, this could not be more up our alley. Couldn't be. So we have to make a hash brown. We'll do that from scratch. We're gonna make our own patty, grind our own beef. But because I generally pull out my grinder, it occurred to me, you know, not everybody has a grinder, but a lot more people might have a food processor. I'm gonna show you how you can use a food processor to grind your own beef. Yeah, how about that? How about that? And then there's eggs and the con carne that I'm not gonna make. I got it out of a can. That's okay. Little cheat is good. And then onions and cheese, eggs. Ooh. I want to get drunk just thinking about how good this would be late night food. Let's prep our hash brown. We move into the beef, and then you know. That's a bowl of water, this is a potato, and that's a box grater. Start by grating the potato into the water. For 2 reasons. 1, get rid of the starch, and 2, keep the potato from oxidizing and turning brown when it just hits the open air. Do I see the level of the water rising significantly? Obviously this is 1 potato. I'll do the whole thing. I might not use it all, but I'm making 1 portion. I want to make sure I have enough potato for the hash brown.
Don't peel yourself.
No, so close. All right, good enough. Let me clean my hand. We'll let this soak and we'll carry on. That is my beef. I'm using short rib because I'm thinking I'm gonna love the flavor. I've cut these into these little cubes and I put it in my freezer on this little piece of parchment for about 20 minutes to freeze it up a little bit. You can see it's a little bit hard. It will just grind better in the processor. If you put it in room temp or even just straight out of the fridge, it's gonna get mushy and we don't want that. Cut it into little cubes like this, give it 20 minutes or so in the freezer, and then you can process it successfully. And that we will do now. I'm gonna do about half at a time. So we'll start it, and then we'll drop the pieces in. Stop, have a look. What's that look like to you?
Ground beef.
There you go, ground beef without a grinder. But again, you can't do too much at a time. Take your time with it, little by little. Looks pretty perfect to me, doesn't it? And you saw the pieces had a bunch of fat on them. You like a 20, 15% fat to lean ratio. So just take it out, do the other half. Okay, so maybe I've got too much here, and that's all right. This was about 12 ounces. I want a nice sized patty. So if I imagine this might be 8 ounces for what I'm gonna do. I want it fairly close to the size of my hash brown, which is gonna be like that big. So let me see if I spread this guy out, how it's gonna look. I'm loving this. A little bit more here. Oh, we're making one fabulous effing slinger. All right, set this off to the side. Let's get our hash brown started because it'll take the longest. Little pan on the heat. Now I'm gonna add a couple things. Could add oil and butter, but I'm gonna add bacon grease and butter. Because why not? Because I have it left over, because I put it in this from something I made the other day. It's only gonna add more flavor, and it's not gonna be a bad thing. And now some butter. And you want like a decent amount of fat in this pan. It's really gonna help make the hash brown, well, frankly, brown and beautiful. So when it looks like that, take your potato. I squeezed as much water out as I could. I rolled it in a towel, and now there it is. You see how lovely white it is? That's because I put it in the water right as I was shredding. And now in we go. You want to keep the pieces kind of fluffy. It'll make for a better hashi. A little bit more. Okay. Gentle pressure. Don't have to slam it flat. Now we're just going to leave this. It's probably 6-7 minutes, and then we'll think about turning it. Till then, just stay comfortable. So we're starting to look good in the bottom. We want a little peek. See that? It's beautiful. That's the way I like it. We haven't pushed it down. All we want to do now is get it ready to flip. So I'm going to do two things. Give it a little drizzle of oil, tiny bit, a little bit around the edge. There we go. And now I'm going to season this because we haven't yet. So this is just a little combination of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And we'll just do a little bit of this because why wouldn't we? Now we can flip. So do I trust myself? Right here, Max. Ready? Beautiful. That's one happy looking little hash brown, isn't it? God, I love that. It's beautiful. Beauty. So that's probably, you know, another 5 minutes on that other side. Be the perfect time to cook us our big old patty. All right, here's our guy. What we haven't done yet though is season him. So we'll do that with our BFF. We'll oil here. We'll spread this. Then we'll take our happy fellow and on we go. And that will look like that. Beautiful. Can have a little more seasoning on the top. And now, if it wasn't obvious, we're just cooking a patty. But here's the thing to know. Number one, Brain didn't specify what kind of patty or number of patties. The reading I did said, oh, sometimes it's beef, sometimes it's sausage, sometimes it's one, sometimes it's a couple. It's all kind of up to your own interpretation. We're gonna go with one big ass one because it's gonna go with our beautiful big ass hash brown.
Yeah, Brain.
Yeah, Brain. Yeah, Brain. And that is our chili. Store-bought. Looking pretty though. Feel free to make your own. But I figured if we're making our own hash brown, we're processing our own beef to make a big ass patty, we're cooking eggs, I felt okay shortcutting with the store-bought chili. We'll let this warm. That's gonna be ready to flip in a sec. Everything's coming along nicely. Then we'll take this guy off, throw some foil on him, cook a couple eggs. Bob's your uncle. When you guys ready to flip, little zip of oil, and over she goes. Or he. Lovely. Lovely. Hash brown's ready. This guy's ready. Off we come. We cook our eggs. So to cook our eggs, yeah, I could use butter, but remember the bacon grease? I'm not sure why I wouldn't be using it. I mean, it's right here and waiting for me. It's hot. Oh, it's very hot. Holy crap. And in we go. You know, you always got to season. Well, let me take that back. You know, I've always got to season. Eggs are delicious, but they're also bland unless they get seasoned properly. And I want these kids sunny side up. So cook them till they're there, then we build. All right, I say we go for it. And here we go. We have our landing spot. We have our perfect hash brizzle. Oh, it's gorgeous. We've got that short rib patty, or as they say, short rib patty. And now our eggs. We have one, we have two. Gorgeous. I'm just gonna turn it a bit because I want to go like that with my chili, like this. Two things and only two things. Scatter a little finely diced yellow onion and a little cheese, a little sharp cheddar for the win, right on top of the chili. And you know when I said only two things, I meant three because that's all that you need. That's a beautiful plate. Well, it's about as beautiful as it could get. The only thing left to do, you know what that is, apart from a bite, it's called the money shot. You ready? We go like this. Boom. Wait for it. Boom. And it's a slow free fall. Oh, slow motion egg yolk running. Hi, pretty. It's going towards the edge. Will it go off the edge? That's the question. No, it won't. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, it's bite time, and I'm coming right in here. Hash brown, short rib, egg, chili, cheese, onion. So not a big bite, but oh, I heard crispiness. So you get this, but before you get anything else, you need the chili right here. So chili and that. Oh, stop it. Okay, that is all me. Dear St. Louis, I'm coming. I have to. How could I not have this in the land that it was born? It's absolutely fucking fantastic. Every component of this is good. And because Brain sent us this recipe, he's getting a Sam the Cooking Guy knife. Wow. You gotta make that. I mean, I say that all the time. We try not to make stuff nobody's gonna like. This one, everybody's gonna like. It's missing one thing. You know what that is, Max? The alcohol that led up to ordering this in a restaurant. That's what it's missing. All right, guys. If we end right now, we can all chow down on this instantly. Thanks for watching. See ya. Hey, hit the subscribe button. Would you? Thank you.